again, back in the big room, episode 11. Got a very, very special guest on this one today. I've been waiting to get her on for a long time still. My good friend Billie, how you doing?
What's happening, bro?
I'm good. So a little intro for Billie. She is artist manager and tour manager. Used to work with her back in the day in Footlocker, way back in that. Yeah, good times.
What was good times?
Yeah, exactly. She's worked with artists like J. Cole, Jhene Aiko, Bryson Tiller, Flippin', Kehlani. Who else have we seen? Who else have we got in here? We got DJ Heritage, Trey Songz. We got Mya Craig, recent addition to the gang. We've got Oscar, the producer who we seen last week, and anyone else I missed? Rihanna. Oh nah. We got Rihanna. Anyone else?
I'm trying to think. You're not kidding. That was when he was sort of.
See the lineup she's talking about here, and all of the other Dreamville artists. Got
Cause.
Bass, Cause, Jid.
Yeah, he's a special one.
Yeah, man won a Grammy. See this one here, she played a big part in that one as well, you get me? Grammy nominated, Grammy. Yeah, let's get into it then. So we'll go back from like who you are, where you're from, let the people know.
From Leeds, Chasin, born and bred there. And yeah, I went to school locally, so I know all the guys and girls around that area. Went to high school. I guess, I don't know, I wasn't that motivated. Kind of weren't the best of schools to go to be fair, I'm going to be honest. I've heard it's a good school now, but when I went, I wouldn't really say it was a great school to go to. But I was always a kid who had my CD player, had all the CDs, headphones in, wasn't really paying attention to what was going on or what dramas were happening. It was just me and my music.
Where I got you get me. It worked. So what was it like for you growing up in the hood? Or our hood in Leeds?
You get pulled into some stuff that you don't always want to be pulled into. And
trust me.
I think because everyone's doing the same thing, when you're young, if you don't have anyone guiding you, you kind of just follow what your friends are doing anyway. Yeah. And you just about a motive, like going to raves or just sitting around doing no and just waiting for the next motive. And there weren't really. I would say when I was younger, there was nothing in Leeds right then and there that was like music scene was popping. There wasn't nothing that was like inspiring you to go and want to do something more with your life. There was nothing there.
No like outlets on it.
Yeah, so when I was quite young, I think after I met a few DJs, I was like, yo, I want to do that. I feel like I could do that. That sounds easy to me. GQ was one of the first people that kind of introduced me to DJing. And I went to People's FM and the kind of like scene aspect of that. And I was like, right, I could do this. Got onto Fresh FM. A lot of people don't know this. I was DJing on Fresh FM. Shout out to Technique, he actually gave me the first shot. And then my friend, he was a DJ, Trooper. Obviously, a lot of people that from my age will know he was the biggest DJ.
Trust me. DJ Trooper. It's the DJ.
Yeah, he was the biggest DJ in the country, really. I'm going to say the country, not even Leeds, the country.
Nah, he was doing bits.
He kind of took me under his wing. He taught me a lot, I can't really take it away from him. He taught me so much. Taught me about, never burning bridges and building your relationships. And like, it got to the stage where I was going to every rave with him, and it was this at this point in my life it was popping because like he was the top DJ. Exactly. I was going to every rave with him. Yeah. I wasn't paying him to go.
Exactly.
My drinks were free. I was in the box and like everywhere he was DJing, the place was rammed. And then like he was DJing, like people like Triller were coming through and like Safety or Skepta, Kyler. All these people were big in the UK music scene. I mean, it wasn't the scene that it is now, but it was so popular at the time. He was like the biggest DJ in Napa. So for me to have a friend like that was teaching me, taking me under his wing, it was a big deal. And then, you remember, we went to Lubdo, the first Lubdo
I
ever.
remember, I didn't make it out.
Were you 18?
Nah, I was younger. I was just turned 17. Because I remember we went with...
Dom?
Dom.
And Simon.
Simon. Yeah. It was me and Simon, he messed my life up that night. I didn't even make it out. I remember, because I was gonna bring that point up because I remember we was in the DJ booth now.
Yeah.
And then someone bought a crate of them, the Carver, the champers in it, and I got gassed. I was like, yo, champers. He was like, you can have one if you want. I was like, what? Yeah! Grabbed the bottle. Me and Simon went into the crowd, we're necking this bottle in the crowd and that. And then all I remember, we was going to the toilet. And then he told me, that I just kept saying, yo, I'm fucked. And then 2 twos, I don't remember anything else. I heard some bad stories the next day. I woke up in hospital. It was all wild. But it was a good night. Yeah, you had me up. You had me over that night.
But that was love though. And like, shouts to Matt as well. Because he kind of took me under his wing. And like, love though was one of the biggest urban events in Leeds. Like, you don't really get that anymore. Like, you were been in Kano, Tiny Temper, you know, when Pass Out was popping, like Miss Dynamite. We were bringing everyone to Leeds. And we're doing it at Mission, so like it was
Mission way back in the day before it became that club.
That club, back in the day it was.
It was a nice club. You get me, respectful and that. Now it's just for the
I've been quite lucky, like in the fact, like I had a friend who he's still one of the best DJs ever. But he at that time period we were all so young, and I kind of at that point thought, well, what happens when you hit 30? It's ironic because I'm 30 now.
Exactly. You know the transition.
I was like, right, what happens when you're 30? Like,
because
I noticed the crowd was getting younger and younger. Because I think by the time I must have been 20, 21. Like, people I went to school with that were now 18 were coming out. The crowd tend to younger, like my age people still out, but the younger crowd are coming through.
Blending.
And I thought, what happens when I'm 30? Like, I can't be playing to this crowd. Can I show you? So I kind of just started thinking outside the box.
Right. Yeah. So back to like how you started the DJing thing before you got into Fresh and that. How did you meet up with DJ Q?
GQ.
Yeah, DJ GQ. Sorry.
Because I live quite close to where their shop is.
Yeah.
And he used to help his sister out.
Right.
So I've obviously known Thelma and her family for years because I went to primary school with all her kids. So to me, that's family. So before school or after school, I used to rock up to the shop and like Thelma would be there. And I'd kick it with her for a bit and then head home. And then like then I met Gavin. And he was just in the shop, and he just was a cool guy. Like, obviously, like he just came across cool to me. And then when he told me what he does, that he's a DJ, I thought, no. Then he goes, I got decks and whatever. And when I hit about 16, 17, I was a bit older by this point, and he was like, oh, come through and like, and there was like LP there was GQ, and it was like. It was this. I don't know if people know where this spot is because it's still in the same spot. But it was this spot where the radio station was, and I run through and like I thought, this is cool. And obviously back then, pirate radio station was quite big, so like you did have People's and Fresh. That they were like the staple community stations at the time, and I was like, I want to do this. And then I remember I pestered Technique for a time, and then he was like, you know what, I'll give it a shot. And I remember me and Mimi used to run up to the studio when I used to have shows.
That's sick. So like, who would you say has been, like in terms of the DJing side of things, who was your biggest influence, would you say? Trooper.
Yeah, 100%. Like to me, he like skill wise. And the way he was everywhere, like his dedication to everything was amazing, and like to me, I don't care what nobody says, he's still one of the baddest DJs in the UK period. Like nobody's mixing like him. So I think sometimes I'm a bit when I'm out and I'm hearing a DJ and the mix sounds a bit sloppy. Like, oh my god, how
exactly.
are you doing? When I'm so used to hearing people like Trooper and Max
Smooth and that.
Martin Too Smooth, like these guys are top TV. And Dan Hill's like Dan is one of my favourite guys. Like DJing wise, he's actually what is popping.
Trust me, his mixes back in the day was hard because he used to do the old school and blend it into the tracks that was out at the time. Sick.
So like like Dan was a big inspiration to me as well. Like I just seen this guy, like them two I would say at the time were the top DJs in Leeds. And obviously he was doing replay vinyl, we were doing Love Though. So that was a big inspiration to me as well, because I thought, this guy is sick.
Trust me, I remember that mix that he did, where it started off with the Lion King thing. And then it went into the madness. He was sick. He was hard still. He was hard. So what would you say is like your favorite music? So when either when you was DJing or just generally, what do you bump?
It's weird because like hip hop is my thing, but I do love R&B as well. Yeah. R&B has a special place for me. So, but I would say hip hop, like I just love it. And then I'd say R&B. I'd say the two of them.
Yeah, because they kind of blend.
But you know what? It's weird because like when I was young, obviously funky house was a thing.
Yeah, exactly.
I loved funky house and bassline at the time. I still love funky house, and I can to an extent listen to bassline now. Not too much, it gives me a headache.
Yeah,
but
trust me.
But I'd say hip hop, R&B for sure.
Nice, I like that. So obviously, so was you like helping? Because obviously Trooper had quite a few events and stuff, and you saying that you was doing your events. Was you actually helping to manage those events, or was you helping out with them?
Troops, Jason Fakira, Craig Hunter, they used to put me on to DJ. I used to help Matt at Love Though promoting his nights. I never did anything that Troops was doing. It was just, I was there. Like, we were good friends. Anything he was DJing at, if I wanted to go to, I could just say, yo, can I pull when he come pick me up? And then there'd be a few of us, like Sabi, Palmer, Mimi, Dom, whoever, and we'd all check down to wherever we needed to check down to, and then come back up. I mean, there was a point where Trooper was DJing a lot in Derby, and there was like Gov there, Lippy, and it was just mad. But like the events I did sort of help out and promote for were like if there was a Groove Theory on, I don't know if you remember them ones. Groove Theory, that Jason and then them not put on. I loved all that was Matt. So I kind of got my foot in like events and like how they run. And I'd say now I'm not being like, you don't have them kind of things right now in Leeds anymore, like what them not used to do. I mean, I know Jason and Craig do good times with Tigger, which is good, I think, for the city, but there's no one doing anything for the younger crowd. Like when I was younger.
They have something there to do, innit?
But I did anything them not were doing, whatever they needed, I was kind of there to help out.
Makes sense. So keeping it all music and that, obviously you're a big fan of J. Cole. And that's one of the main points that helped with your career and stuff as well. So like, what got you into J. Cole's music? What was it about J. Cole that was like, this guy's serious?
I think for me, obviously we were in footlocker at the time, but I was massive, as I told you, a massive hip hop fan. There was a website called That Beef at the time. All the underground hip hop sort of mixtapes were, and then I remember I found a mad old one from Trey Songz, and I was like, yo, this is hard. And then I found, in fact, I found Drake off of Tigger. Tigger posted it on Facebook years ago, and it was the October's Very Own mixtape, and like Tigger posted that, and I was like, yo, who's this guy? And I listened to it. Well, I kind of liked him. I kind of was like, Then I found Cole off the back of October's Very Own, and I heard the warm up. I liked it. And I thought, this is hard. This is hard. And then he just, I don't know, he's like the chosen one. He's the one who spoke to me. To be fair, I was a big fan of Nicki. I would like her Pink Print mixtapes were fire. And like, you gotta understand, like at the time there was no female doing what she was doing since Little Kim, because Little Kim's last one was Lighters Up, and then she got locked up.
Exactly.
So like Nicki came out, and then she was a bad female, and like she could really spit.
Yeah, because she was putting it on some of the male rappers' toes as well.
Yeah, 100%. So like, I was a big fan of Nicki, I remember, and then sort of Meek kind of came underneath that, and I was a big fan of him. So I was just big on underground hip hop, and it just was. I just knew my stuff. I was very, very, and social media was kind of popping at the time, as in, obviously we didn't have Instagram, but there was Twitter. Twitter was kind of the thing. And like the artists were tweeting a lot on there, so you kind of was aware when people were around and
So like, what's your favourite J. Cole mixtape then?
Friday Night Lights. Friday Night Lights. That's an album to me, though. I wouldn't class that.
Nah, trust me. That is... Nah, there's some stupid tracks on that.
I would say, to me, that's his best album, and then Cold World Side-Eye Story is the sophomore.
Yeah.
But obviously, the way it panned out that was a mixtape. That was the first album. Born Sinner's too good to be a sophomore to me.
Boy, but see, that's what I mean. You see with J. Cole, obviously, because me and you know, and we're very big fans of J. Cole. Like, his albums are just far ahead of his time. Like, when he released those albums, it took a bit for it to set in. Obviously, he was vibing with it, and it was hard at the time.
I think it was hard because you had Drake, and Drake was doing bits at the time, and then that whole Young Money movement. And I think, you had Tiger, you had Drake, you had Nicki, Gunna, you had all of these. And obviously Wayne was the top guy, so like I think everyone else was kind of brushed under the carpet because I would say of that generation you had Cole, Drake, Kendrick, Nicki. Exactly. 2 out of the 4. The 2 out of the 4 were Young Money, so like Young Money were taking the whole scene, innit?
Makes sense. It makes sense. So how did you link up? Because obviously you got in contact with his manager before we went to the Sideline Story show in Manchester that time. How did you manage to get in contact with that person?
I'm just good at finding people. Like, if you want something back you need to know who to holler and who to contact. And I would say this generation is so easy for people to be reachable now. Obviously not him now, because he's a superstar.
Exactly.
But if you wanted to contact Roddy Ricch, for instance, that would be very easy if you knew how to maneuver it. But you gotta want it. Like people like Roddy Ricch would be easy to get hold of right now. What's his young man kind of coming up? Even I know Pop Smoke's passed away. Rest in peace, Pop. Rest in peace, Pop. But he would have been easy to get hold of because when the artist is young and new, they're more open.
To see what the next avenue could potentially be. And then when they
hit a certain level,
lock off.
It's not even lock off. It's more you gotta be wary about who's around. And like, as you know from seeing Cole, like he's very open to his fans. Or Drake's very open to his fans. Wayne's still very open to his fans. But it's just when you hit a certain level, I guess you've got to be able to I don't know, just make sure that precautions are taken into account because obviously look what happened to Pop. So
exactly. Protect your energy and all of that.
You gotta protect yourself and just not be so reachable. But also when you're at that level, you can just kind of live your life and be as private as you want, and just as long as you know like you're reaching out to your fans at certain points. Like look at Jay-Z, like he's a very private person, but then when he does drop an album, people show him love. So
makes sense. So like, obviously going back to that show now, the Sideline Story show. I remember when you hollered me, I was like, bro, why you just holler me from the start? Just holler me because I'm one of them people. I don't mind going to a show by myself and just taking it in and vibes in it. But like when we went, it was sick because you managed to get us in the back with DJ Dummy. His DJ at the time. Dummy, I remember when his set came on at the end of that show. Ripped it to shreds.
Dummy is one of the greatest. In fact, I don't even know why he didn't say he's one of my idols as a DJ. He's one of the greatest DJs. Period. No one's doing what he's doing. But, exactly. He's definitely a good person to kind of learn from and grow and mature. So Dummy's one of the dopest guys.
Trust me. Very humble as well from what I remember from meeting him. Very humble. It's deep though because he's 5 minutes away from meeting J. Cole that night. It was so peak. I remember when he came up to us, he was like, where's J. Cole? He's like, he's just left it now. He's just gone. But it's wild. I know, trust me. So like, when obviously a little bit forward in time now, so obviously you've been networking with these guys. How was it for you when Cole invited you over to America to do the pop-up show?
It was a bit mad because to be honest, I'll be honest, you don't really think like that. You just think, because it was mad that obviously that situation happened and then the Trey Songz situation happened. You don't think it's gonna continue because obviously I carried on working at Footlocker like it was up.
Exactly.
you don't think it's gonna continue, and then it does continue. Oh, alright, yeah.
Yeah.
But I was very young as well, and I always think sometimes if I did it again, I'd do it so much more differently. Because I feel like it happened, and it just was a blur.
Quick, innit? Yeah.
It's a blur. And it's like, oh, it's happened. Like when we did the pop-up show in London, obviously I knew it was coming. And then like they tweeted the location, but there were fans at the location before we tweeted the location.
Wow.
This is how mad it is.
Yeah.
And I just remember this guy saw how many people were there, and like everyone was saying that he's going to do 2 shows back to back, and I'm like, that is impossible. Because that's a lot of graft, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, and like it even that it just goes by, like even the Born Sinner tour, like I don't even remember it too much. It was just fun. I remember it being crazy fun, and I remember the after parties being crazy fun. But I feel like it was when Forest Hills Drive. That's when it hit you, like how serious everything was. Like, oh my god.
Yeah, because the prep for that show was.
Yeah, I think that's when it hit us. Like, this album's really done something special. And I remember the tour. Obviously, I had Pusher and Jhene, which was coincidence as well. So like,
That's it.
Yeah. Ooh. So I think, because he wasn't that big then as well. You just gotta remember.
Exactly.
Like,
he was still building, but he was solidified, but he was still.
I wouldn't even say that, because think about it. Only to his real fans.
Exactly. That's what
because you're a real fan, people weren't really rocking with him like that. I would say Forest Hills Drive was a thing.
That point on the map, innit?
Yeah, 100%. Because he wasn't doing what Drake was doing. Drake was doing serious bits, and like Paul was trying to, and even Kendrick. I think did Kendrick win a Grammy? Won a Grammy with the first album. Yeah. So Kendrick was doing bits. So Cole to me was the Nas. So you know.
Exactly. Everybody rated him and knew that he was the guy, but he didn't have that.
The accolades.
Yeah, exactly.
And then like there was always the argument that he's boring rapper. Nobody liked the tone of his voice.
Exactly.
Like, so it was only really, I'd say, Forest Hills Drive where it all really was like, whoa, this is serious.
Stupid, isn't it? But like, you think even for him, like them type of running partners there is crazy. Imagine, because obviously on their XXL freshman thing, it's him, Kendrick, all of Young Money, and that, like, them type of people in the same bracket is just wild, isn't it?
It is crazy.
So I
think Nipsey was in that bracket as well. Nipsey was in that XL freshman cover as well. So when you think about it, that freshman class was serious.
Stupid. It was proper sick. But like, that's when obviously it took off from there, innit?
Yeah.
So, what was it like when you first, obviously we've gone over it a little bit, like how did it feel for you when they first invited you to a tour?
I was a bit like, what is going on? Like, I didn't really understand what was going on. Big shouts to Azza as well, because she kind of pulled me through. And like, I guess I was valuable. Like, Azza did like show me a lot of what she does, because obviously she was managing. And like she kind of showed me what she was doing, and it's weird because even to now we have that relationship where she can call on me and I'd be there to help her, or the same for me, I could call on her and she'd be there to help me. But yes, I was very young and she's obviously older than me, so she had insight of the game, because she was working with De La Soul and you know, like serious hip hop guys before she even got to where she is now. So it was good to learn that, but I still don't think I took it serious. I mean, she obviously called me through, and I remember that Paul was with me, and I don't know, because to me it was just them guys. It wasn't like who even now who they are, like when it's Jade, Ari, whatever. It's just them guys to me.
Because you got that relationship
I
type
don't look
thing
at
with
them
them.
like that. Whereas when I met Nas, now it was like,
different,
wow,
innit?
like, yo, this is Nas. I think it's because it was a childhood person that I like adored. So with them lot, it's always been like I think if I if I was to do someone like, I don't know.
But there's no one really in that bracket anymore. You get me? Because they're still at the level where they're dominating.
And what's weird is I was speaking to Oscar about this. Like my generation is you Drake, you Kendrick, you Cole. Their generation is like you Travis Scott.
Exactly.
Gunna.
Yeah. Baby, all of that. Cause even when I was having these conversations with him, he was saying the new school artists, I'm like, they're the old school, you know, like Gucci and all of that.
Like, to that generation of people, like your Drakes, your Kendricks, they are our Jay-Z's and Nas.
Yeah, exactly.
So I don't know where Jay-Z and Nas fit in their bracket for them.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like I just never. I don't think I've ever really taken it in. And even when people say stuff to me, I'm just like, oh, it's just Trey. It's just
yeah, exactly.
It's just Bryson.
Yeah.
It's just Jhene.
Yeah. You see the levels. You see the levels. Yeah, exactly.
Like,
it's just casual now, isn't it?
Like Paul will tell you the first time we met her. Oh my God, like. Where were we? No, he didn't come to the first London show. He came to the second one. He was in the second London show, and then he didn't know who she was. I was like, nah, bro, you got, cause he's like my running partner. So I was like, bro, you need to come through to this show. He's come down. You see that he's just been like, oh my God. It's how much she looks like.
Exactly.
But this girl, because of the relationship I have with them and the team, she's felt no way of being how she's dressed. And Paul's there, she just walked in like a bikini top. He was just like, what the he was just kind of like, what the hell? And she was like, hi, gave him a hug, and then I remember Paul thinking, what the fuck?
Where have you brought me here?
And that was it. Like, after that, like, they got to know each other, and like, it was mad because she was here last June, and Paul went there, and she was like, they were asking for him, and I thought, wow. So it's a bit mad, like, to me, it is
it's just friends, isn't it? Casual,
I don't really see it as anything like, oh my God, she's a superstar. I mean, she is a superstar, and they're all superstars who I work with, but I don't look at them
like that.
So when someone does talk to me, they're like, oh my God, I don't mean to be ignorant. I don't.
Yeah, exactly. Because you've been around them so much now. It's not unusual to see them or anything like that anymore, is it?
Yeah, no, it's not like I can have a laugh and a joke with them. Like they will like literally bully each other backstage. Like, it's no. There's no animosity or nothing.
You don't have
like,
to shy away from who you are in it around them.
It's literally we just take the piss. So which is a good relationship to sort of have with artists, because like to me they're just normal people.
Exactly. And I think when obviously you have that type of relationship, that's when you get the most out of it anyway. Because if you're just trying to be professional, they'll just look at you as a professional. And that's all you'll ever be in it, rather than having
fun. Like
exactly.
Trey's one of the funnest people you could ever be around, ever, like, because he's just a joker. His whole team are amazing, and the jokers as well. So like he's one of the, like, Paul's even said, like, if he's ever here, he's there, because it's just fun. Like tours are not always fun, but when Trey's there, it's fun.
Sick. So what has been your favourite tour so far?
Oh, that's a hard one. I can't pick just one.
Alright, let's say top 5. Top 3.
Oh, Sales Drive. Jhene's first solo one. Oh, but I've got the last two is hard.
God, top 5.
Drake's last one. Because the stage and production was incredible.
Wild.
Trey Songz Chapter 5, because that was one of the maddest tours I've ever done. Because I remember specifically for that tour that started in January. I just finished the Cold World Side Eye Story, and then I just went back to my regular job, and then I got a message from someone saying they were Trey's assistant. I was like, huh? And then like they were in Leeds first, and then obviously that came through. I went through, and then Trey was like, "You coming to Money?" And I was like, "Trey Songz was just asking me to go to Manchester and go."
Bye.
And then I remember I took Priya with me.
I bet she was.
Priya was gassed. When Priya came in the room, she stood in the corner. She didn't say nothing. I'm sat next to her. I'm looking. I'm like, Priya, what are you doing? And I'm like, Priya, come here. And then she just kind of waddled over. She was silent. And then I went, oh, Trey, do you mind taking a picture? Like, of course, he got to give her a hug. I just remember Priya's face. It was even though it
exactly.
She was a picture. But he's one of that was one of the funnest tours because like he just met me. I think Chapter 5 was probably one of his most successful albums, and he was just inviting me to come everywhere.
Yeah, that's sick.
Yeah, and I remember he had 5 shows sold out in London. He invited me to London. I'm broke at this point, so Arthur drove me down, and them not paid for me to stay in the hotel. It was mad. I can't believe it. I had the best time of my life, and like that tour was super fun. And like I just got to get to know the team so well. To like when they did come back, it was. I remember he did his album listening, and like he did it at this hotel in London, and like me and Paul literally. I remember we got to London. And then we left the same day as well, and then we both went to work.
That is mad, because obviously, what is it like, when you've just left the superstar lifestyle with all these massive people, to just go back to a normal day-to-day job?
It was footlocker though, so it was chilled. Like I don't know what it's like now, but when we were there, it was probably one of the best jobs I ever had. I'm gonna be honest, because it was. I think the people there, and it's mad that we've all stayed really close.
Exactly.
Like we don't see each other all the time, but everyone that did work there in that time period was excited.
Exactly.
And it was the biggest joke of a job to have. Like you did your job.
Yeah, but it wasn't like doing your job because we were just bantering.
The music was popping
exactly.
in there, and it was probably one of the most chill jobs I ever had. So,
exactly. Man, like Kevin had us under pressure.
He did have
He's a sick guy. He's a sick guy still.
Yeah. But yeah, I'd say I think I had one more to put in. Bryson's, I'd say the first one, the Trap Soul tour, like, because I don't think he even expected it to do what it did.
Yeah. But that first one that he dropped, the Trap Song, that's actually a bad way.
Yeah, crazy.
Got some hits on that.
Them guys are family.
Yeah, man, that's sick. So, what is the best part about touring for you?
Do you know what? It's the family aspect of stuff. You fight, you argue, you're in very enclosed spaces, and you're spending a lot of time together. A lot of the time, and like but then, for me it was different because I'm from here. For them guys, it was always a case of like they're away from home. So I think it's that family aspect. Like every night, like we pull together to give someone the best show possible. Like Drake's a great example of that. Like with his recent tour, the production side, like everything they put into the stage being built, and like how he treats his staff, and the way everyone comes together every night. So like he's a real athlete when it comes to that. Like, and like he was running up and down that production stage. So I think it's the whole way we come together. I mean, we put them big stages together to give people the best possible experience, and it's nice for me to see from where we grew from the small shows to the newest, because obviously Jhene is due to tour. Obviously we've got the new album coming out 6th of March. Go get that. 6th of March. 6th of March. So obviously I already know what level she's leveled up from the last time she was here. So like it's amazing to see the progress of each artist, and like to see Rihanna go from doing 200 people to doing stadiums.
That's what I mean, but like this is what I mean. Like the levels that you're talking about is.
You know what's mad? Like the same guy who does Rihanna stage, the same guy who does Bruno Mars stage, and does Jermaine stage, and does Cole stage, and does like anyone's stage. He's the guy that does it. He designs them. So like it's always the same people that seem to be on the same sort of run. Like I've got a friend called Willie who's Bryson's light and sound engineer, but he's also Post Malone's light and sound engineer. So it's like everyone's sort of in the same industry. It's mad.
See, that works out for you though, because you got a little way into everything.
Everyone just hit me when they're here. So like, it was mad. The last Wireless, Cole was headlining, but also Post Malone was on before him, and Willie hit me up to say like, "Yo, I'm here." And I was like, "Oh my god, I'm on my way." And I remember, my phone was gonna die, and then I thought I gotta leave halfway through Cole's set to go find this guy because my phone's gonna die. Luckily, I found him. We were able to
Yeah.
go up and watch the rest of the
That's
show. But
it.
yeah, it is mad when you bump into
Yeah,
people.
exactly.
Yeah.
Question. But how important is it for you when it comes to networking and things like that? How do you go about networking with these?
I just think I'm good at it. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Nah, you're just a good talker.
Do you know what it is? I don't know what it is. Like, people just seem like Americans seem to like me, and I don't know what it is. Jhene's always said I've got good energy. Like, she goes, you never come across with bad energy.
Yeah.
And I think it's important to network. You got to talk to people. You can't just sit there and not talk. And if you want something, you need to go out and get it.
Yeah, 100.
I've never been for people that don't
sit and wait for it.
Like, or they expect it to be given to them. Like, the amount of people that follow me for tickets, or can you put me on as a support? And this is even before I was managing anyone. I used to get these kind of messages all the time, and it was always like similar people or whatever. And like, my friends never asked me for no tickets. Like, you've never asked me for nothing. My friends have never really asked me for anything. So I think if you're a person in the industry and you're trying to get somewhere, don't try approach me.
Try from them. Get your way in the door.
Then I'm gonna respect you more. But yo, how are you in this room?
And then you can introduce and say, yo, I know this.
But if I've seen you working and you're grinding, then okay, maybe I am gonna wanna help you. But if I'm not seeing you do nothing,
it's pointless.
Why am I gonna wanna help you?
Exactly, because then that's a reflection of you at the end of the day.
100%.
You can't put someone there if they're not gonna be a good reflection of yourself.
Of me, and then I leave you there, and then you embarrass me.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, no one did that for me. I went out and did it myself. Nobody did that for me. So like, you've got to show me something at least.
Exactly, a little piece of something.
Yeah.
No, it makes sense. How do you stay so humble around, like, obviously all of these superstars and just in general? Because obviously you must get DM after DM after DM, as you said. So like, how is it for you to stay humble?
I think this year I've changed a little in the fact, like.
Yeah, because we was
having
this conversation.
It is? You know, people didn't even know when I was here. I was unreachable.
Exactly.
And our generation of people knew who I was. The younger guys didn't know who I was and what I did. People didn't ever really know when I was here, what I was doing. So I was unreachable. Whereas I've become a bit more reachable.
Yeah, exactly.
And like the DMs have got worse and whatever. But I think having good friends, like Mimi will rein me in when I need reining.
Yeah, definitely.
She's good for just telling me like, what are you even on about?
But she's always been like that from day dot. Ever since I've known Rimi, she's been like that. So, she'll put you on the spot.
100%, and it's good to have like Rimi there to like rein me in and say like, what are you doing? Or like, just to like, you know, have you to
keep
ring
you grounded
and talk to, Paul just to be like, yo, come round, we'll go grab some food. Or Ruel, you know, like, yo, let's go to the gym. Like, I think that's what keeps me very humble, is like, I have such a good set of friends that are my closest friends. They're not bothered about what I've done with whoever artist, whatever, or what I'm doing. They just want to hang with me. They just want to hang with me and like just bust a few jokes, whatever. Yes, if there's a show, like, and I know that one of them is a big fan and I can plug that standard, but they never, no one has ever, Mimi's never asked me, oh, can I get a ticket? She's gone and bought a ticket. Paul, like, he's come to a lot of things with me, but he's never actually asked me. It's always been a case of like, bro, you free to come through. Like, Priya, same thing, no one has ever actually asked me for a ticket. It's always been a case of like, I've bumped into all my shows.
Exactly.
And I'm like, what the hell
why
did I
are you
do?
here? And it come
it's always the people that I don't necessarily chat to or whatever that seem to be cheeky enough to ask about 5 tickets, not even one, bro. They'd be asking for 5. I want to take the whole family. So I think having a good set of friends to rein you in definitely keeps you humble, and just seeing how them guys are, like that helps you as well. Like I think it's important to just have a good circle around you. And I think if your circle's not winning, and like, how are you ever supposed to elevate if everyone
exactly,
ain't elevating with me? Like,
your network is your network.
All my friends, that although they might not all be in the industry with me, they're all elevating in whatever
doing
profession
bits.
they are.
Exactly. That's sick. I like that answer still. Very professional. So like, now that you're in artist management and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and how was the transition going from like tour managing and working on tours to now managing an artist and putting all of your efforts into Mya, because she's the golden girl for you at the moment?
I didn't think it was gonna be that hard. I'm gonna be honest with you, cause I'm so confident anyway. I didn't think it was gonna be so hard. As in, and I don't mean her. I just mean like the industry in itself. Like, and what I found very interesting, if I need something, for instance, certain people will do it for me, standard, but I think that's just because of my relationship with them. If I need something, not necessarily people are willing to come through, or there's a monetary gain. Whereas if I say like, oh, Jid's here, oh, Billie, can I shoot? I'll do that for free. But then you don't want to help me out
Exactly,
with
when I'm doing what
independent,
exactly.
Like there's money over there. Labels can pay you to do that,
exactly.
But you don't want to help me doing. So I found, depending on the status of the artist, as to how people want to help you. I knew that anyway, but it's become more apparent now.
Exactly.
I say artist manager is, with tour managing, you're with that person for a short period of time, and you're not really managing them because their manager's still there. You're managing the tour, so you're making sure everyone's in the venue on time, sound checking on time, getting to the tour bus on time if you need to leave for the next city. Whereas as a manager, you're doing a lot.
Exactly.
And the type of person I am as well, like, I'm just a very hands-on person. So like, I'm quite lucky that like me and Mya have a really good relationship. Like, she's a very smart kid, so she like she takes a lot on herself and like uses her own initiative, and like she'll say an idea and I'm like, yo, that's a sick idea, let's run with it. And then you got D there, I've got like he's that creative guy, and it's just, we've got a nice little running team, so it's not just me and Mya, like you've got D there as well. And I think on the managing side, I just didn't expect it to be so sort of like so many kind of hoops I've got to jump through.
Exactly. To get where
and it is a little bit easier for me because I do have more contacts than your regular person would do, just because of what I've done previous to that.
You've already done some quite big things, as we already know. Like the tour that I went to in Manchester when exactly, Donald Jones. So what has been like the biggest challenge for you?
The manager.
Yeah, so far.
Actually, the hardest thing is when you know you've got an absolute smash, but you don't know how to get it to the right ears. Because it's who you know.
Exactly.
It's not jumping through these. It's who you know to get it to the right person to play the song and be like, this is a banger. Because think about it, how many people in the world have probably had smashes or beautiful voices and no one really knows who they are because no one can maneuver them. No one can maneuver them. So I think the hardest thing for me has been like all the maneuvering. I think I've done a good job.
Definitely.
It's the maneuvering and stuff.
Exactly. I hear that. So in terms of like who else, because you working with Oscar a lot at the moment. Are you managing Oscar as well?
I am managing Oscar. Yeah, Oscar K is on my roster. He's mine.
Star team.
Oscar is my producer.
Exactly.
Obviously he's 16. I'm waiting till he finishes school before we really start stepping out and making moves. School's important.
100%.
But he's just, I don't know, he's just, do you know what, shouts to my boy Denzel, because then he kind of introduced me to Oscar. And like, I'm amazed sometimes with the beats he produces.
It's ridiculous. I've been in the studio with him like a couple times, and last week when he did the 5-minute challenge and he smashed it, bro. Like, his talent is unexpected for someone that young, and his knowledge about music
is crazy,
wild.
Right? Yeah.
It's ridiculous. Like some of the people he was telling me about, I was like, that doesn't
make
sense how you know
about certain rappers at his age.
Exactly.
Master Ace.
That's what I say. When he said that to me, I was like,
Yeah, and I thought, Master Ace, you're 16?
Exactly. People our age don't even know who Master
Ace
is, you get me?
Yeah.
It's mad.
And like, if you think about it, Master Ace was Eminem's favourite rapper, and M's an older rapper, so the fact that Oscar knows Master Ace tells you a lot about his knowledge. Yeah,
definitely. And obviously that helps with the production and stuff, and from some of the tracks that you've shown me, you can hear like that his influence is coming out in some of them. So that's sick. So what's it like working with someone that young?
Sometimes I forget Oscar is 16.
Yeah.
and I'm thinking at my age, and then I'm expecting, and then I forget, he's 16.
Yeah, exactly. Let up. Yeah, exactly.
Maya's quite good in just really being a little sometimes as well, and just really chill.
Yeah.
So I think it's just understanding he's 16. I think I have chilled out a bit more now, but I think that's just from our relationship in general. Like, I didn't know how much he sort of looked up to me. Like, I don't understand why people look up to me, because it's just like, no, but I don't understand that. When he says stuff like that to me, like, chill, Oscar, no, and like, I like adore that kid. Like, he's super talented, and I just want to see him do really, really well. So if I can help him do that, then yeah. So like Skinz, obviously he's a big rapper and big chef, and obviously he's Catalyst. So to have Skinz and Oscar in the studio together is gonna definitely open up some doors for him.
100%, 150%. Like, even because obviously when I first met Oscar through Trizzy, when I was in the studio with him, he was top. Like, I remember we had the conversation before. I won't put it out there, but we know what happened. But like, when I was telling him about it, and I was like, yeah, she's coming through soon, he was mad excited, like, yeah, sick, that's sick. And I'm like, trust me, she's gonna take you places 100%. I know that for a fact.
Yeah, because it's the thing is, a lot of people don't know how long me and you have known each other. You knew me before the whole music thing, but you also knew me as I was doing music.
Yeah, exactly. I've seen the progression. This is why I say, like, even to us, obviously it's different because we know each other, we got that relationship. But like, when you say like you don't understand why people look up to you like that, I'm like, well, Billie, you not see what you've done in like it's been like what 10 years. Like, the progression you've made in 10 years from Footlocker to now. You get me? It's massive. Like, even through Footlocker, you've seen the progression. You get me? So you've got to, like, it's different for you, innit? Because it's just yourself. You've just done it, and you just see it as you're just doing what you're doing.
Do you know what? I know I've accomplished a lot, because a lot of people, I kind of understand, a lot of people in Leeds, maybe the UK, haven't even touched the artists I've touched, or worked with the artists I've touched, but I still don't think I'm done.
Exactly. Like, to them it's dreams, you get me? Like, Drake, Jhene, Trey, all of them.
I feel like I haven't done enough. So when Oscar says stuff like that, I'm like,
nah, but that's a sentiment to you as well, and that's sick, because obviously it shows your aspirations and where you want to actually go. This is just a starting point, as you said, so I just can't wait to see what you've got ahead of you, you get me? Because boy, like, it's good to see obviously people who have aspirations like that. It pisses me off, when like some of my friends, they don't want to progress. Like, I go back to Beaston and stuff and see some of my old boys that I used to chill with, and they're still doing the same shit, and it's like, bruv, come on, like, what do you want to do? Like, one of my boys, he's been in movies and stuff that was in the cinema and shit like that, and he still wants to do the same thing. I'm like, bro, come on, you get me? Let me help you, we'll do it together. If I have to do it with you just to make you jump on it and do it, I'll do that. I don't mind, you get me? But like, it's things like that, like, but you can't limit yourself.
I think you're that type of character though, like, even when I probably felt like, you've lifted me, if I could just call you and you've had a real conversation with me, I'll be like, you know what, Tom's right, and then you put me in a complete different mindset. Or I can ring with me or whatever, and she'll just sit in the car with me, and we'll drive somewhere, and she'll just have to sit down and have a conversation with me. So for me, I think my aspiration is just to do more than what I've done. I don't even feel like I've done anything. I feel like there's so much more that I can tap and touch.
That's it.
And then when I've done that, I don't know, because like, there was that whole talk about, remember when Cole did that interview with Angie Martinez, and he was like, the hamster wheel, I don't really know when I'm going to want to stop.
Exactly, but that, again, it's not a bad thing, you get me? It's not a bad thing to always want more, but at the same time, you've got to appreciate what you have accomplished. And obviously, not saying that you don't, but obviously, it's something that'll come when you finally got to where you feel comfortable and you can say and I think that's gonna be when Mya blows up. When you do that, I think that's when you'll see it and you'll be like, right,
I think the
I'm
difference
content a little bit
with Mya is she's Mya is like everyone else I've worked with, they're friends. I'm not saying me and Mya are not friends, but she's Mya is very different to like working with Bryson's and them guys, because like they're not matching Mya.
Exactly.
So my relationship is different, and I think seeing like the managers that I am friends with progress grow. Like Ari Lennox is a good example. Like Justin, seeing him grow and progress to becoming the manager that he is now. Like he's an amazing manager. And I'm just like, wow, seeing him really grow. And like you two were in it from day dot. And like now look at her, she's about to tour Australia. Which is mad.
Crazy. Didn't it? Yeah. Like, and like the progression, like obviously you've been around a lot of artists from the beginning and you've seen them progress as well. So that's obviously another sentiment to you as well.
Like
you get
me? Ari, like Earthgang. Like so like when I seen Jade performing in London, like me and us got a bit teary. We were like, wow. This kid
different class, innit?
Yeah, because like I seen him coming up and like he put out Never Story and like he came on tour for the For Your Eyes Only and like, the same situation with Ari, like she came on, she had the 4 EP out and then to see her now and then like she's on tour and they're all selling out.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just mad, like and it's just really nice to see. Like it's like your kids going up. Sending them out to the world, innit? Like, you know, go out there. Like I think whenever I see them, like I'll always feel a little bit of emotion because it's like, wow.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, you lot have really done this. Like you're not in anyone's shadow. You are your own people, your own artists, and you're killing it.
Sick. So how did you first meet Mya then?
I didn't have sex with Mya. I didn't know. Do you know what? I used to message her anyway because I liked her stuff. And I remember I saw the brand new video. And I thought, who are these kids from Leeds doing this? Because think about it, there was no one doing what her and Dee were doing. And I didn't see that level of quality of video from anyone from Leeds.
Exactly.
And then it was mad. I rated her. And then I was on the Drake talk. It was mad. And my friend Jerome, he called me and he was like, yo, Bills. A bond is coming, I need a support act to keep it. She is the only person that came to my head, which is mad because when you think about Leeds right now, the scenes seems to have more people.
Quite a lot of people.
But even though I didn't know some of the singers, she was the only person I really wanted. It was weird. Like I didn't want anyone else. I did put a post up saying, does anyone want to support at a bond? But I was ignoring everyone. I was literally beelining
waiting for her.
I had to call Dee because she was not responding to me. And then Dee was like, she's gonna do it. And then like I literally met Mya before her show. We went for a coffee and I kind of just ran through what a support act does. And then like what they potentially would expect from her. And like, I just thought she's such a nice girl. Like I met her and she's just so sweet the first time I met her. Like genuinely the nicest person, and I thought, wow, she's sweet. But I kind of just left it there. And then on the day of the show, Jerome called me and was like, yo, you coming? I was like, no, I'm like in London. It was Drake's second London show. And then I thought, after I got to the phone to her, like, someone in me told me, you need to be in Leeds. I said, yo, I'm coming down. I drove down to Leeds. I missed the set completely. Because I ended up getting caught up with them. I made it on time, but I remember after a show, I didn't really think anything of it. Like I felt bad that I missed the set, and I just remember saying to her, Jhene's here in June. I've got you because I knew she was a fan, and I just felt bad. And I said, just hit me up, and like I got you to go. And then Dee was actually like, yo, Bills, you need to hear her new song. And I was like, what? I was like, send it to me then. And then like from there, I heard that song. Gave me goosebumps. And I was like, this is not her. And then Dee actually sent me live shots from the show. And I was like, does she sounded exactly how she sounded on the record. So I was like to Dee, have you like done anything?
Tweaked it.
And he goes, nah. And then I remember messaging her, but I was gassed at this point. I remember sending that live clip out to a few of my friends that are in the industry. Everyone kind of gave different opinions, whatever. But I was like, there's something about her. I don't know what it was. Like I was just gravitating towards her, and I remember saying, "What are you doing with music?" And she said, "Nothing." I said, "Let me help you." And then that kind of was our journey. Like I was like, "Let me help you." And then I arranged a studio session with Parents Sabat. Came down to London. We did that session, and then she was like, "Oh, I'm gonna shoot for it," because I said to her, 4 a.m. is a banger. You need to do a video for it, and she goes, "I'm gonna shoot 4 a.m. Come through if you can." And then that kind of started our journey. We filmed the video and it was mad, like, because she was like, let's screen it, and like this is what I'm saying, she uses her own initiative. She's a very smart kid. Well, young woman, I'm gonna stop saying kid. She's a young woman. She's a very smart young woman. And like she was like, let's do a screening. And then it was mad how like we planned that screening. Like, no, I don't think anyone in Leeds did what we did.
Like, I've not seen that before.
The way we did the screening, like having the stencil on the floor, and the way we, like, Paul helped me out with like setting up the actual venue and like having the screen dropped out. Like, I don't think anyone's ever done what we did together, and I think that was a combination of her ideas and what I've done with the other guys, event-wise. So like we really brought something unique, and from there we were just, I was like, yo, people were asking me like, are you managing, are you not? And I was like, I think I do want to manage it, but I'm not sure. And then it kind of got into like, yo, we're gonna run.
We're gonna take it,
we're gonna run with it together. And like, do you know what? I wouldn't change anything of that journey at all, because I think we've accomplished so much. Like, no one in Leeds has accomplished as much as we have in the short space of time as we have.
Definitely.
So I wouldn't change anything like that. So it was mad how we met, and then how fast it progressed.
Exactly. So in that short period of time, with the progression that you've made, how does it feel for you? Like, obviously starting from that point where you just met her, you just missed the first set, then you went to obviously doing her major promotion where she did her own show and you joined in on that. How does it feel seeing the progression that she's made in such a short period of time?
I'm really proud of her. Like, I think she's the hardest period. Like, I don't just mean Leeds, I mean period. Like, her voice is so unique. Like, what a lot of people don't know is when we did them live shows with Danelle and Jacquees, I had a lot of calls after that saying there's a bit of a buzz about it. People are talking about what you are doing next. So I kind of felt like a little bit of pressure. I've never felt pressure either. But after them calls, I was like, yo, people are watching what we're doing now. Like, the next one needs to be a banger. I think my mood kind of, because I was under pressure and I've never been under pressure, my mood kind of like switched a little. And she's very good at just like sitting, like just reining me in. Like, she's very much like Remy reins me in, and Mya and D are very good in reining me in and just being like, yo, we got this. So like, I'm incredibly proud of her, and like to see her be in the studio, you know, to like, so she's pregnant, so everyone knows that, and to see Mya say to me, we're gonna do this tour, to get in my car at like whatever time, 7, 8 in the morning, right, and she would have gone to bed at like 2, 3 in the morning, doing whatever she was doing, get in my car, drive to London, perform, do a full performance. We're not leaving the venue till midnight. To be like in the car, we've not eaten, and then to drive her home to do that again the next day.
It's mad,
like, no one
like
can
the work
tell
rate
me
is different,
that she's not working hard, or like she's not one of the best to do this, or like to sit in the studio. Like, we booked out sessions in Money. She's been sat in the studio for hours, no food, nothing, just like running through songs, and then we go back to the apartment to wake up like 2, 3 hours later to go back to the studio, and she's pregnant at this time.
Exactly.
And like tired, and like, so whenever people wanna say like, oh, this changes everything, it doesn't, because you lot have
you've not seen that exactly, that this was going on before.
In October, and like, if anything, she's working so much harder, and I'm proud of her. Because like the stuff you've got ready to come out, I don't think anyone is ready. Like, I'm telling you now, nobody's ready. Because even the stuff that we've got ready to put out, the new stuff she's recording, for what? These are better than something we're about to put out. I don't think anyone. I'm proud of the person she's become, and I think her confidence has grown massively. Like, she owns that stage now, which is she's just confident, and I think she's the best period to me. And I wouldn't choose anyone else to manage. Like, I've had opportunities to manage a lot of people. No one has, I don't know, gravitated to me. She has. So like, I would pick her each and every time, regardless of what other stuff is going on. Like, I'd pick her every time. And I think if I wasn't managing her, I won't be managing anyone. I'm just lucky. Like, Oscar's, I found Oscar through obviously working with Mya. And it just made sense for me to take him because he's so talented. And like, managing a producer and managing an artist is two very different things. And I think it's great that he's obviously Mya's producer as well.
Yeah.
So it just helps me to be able to have them both on the same team anyway, and that he's a great producer. And I can try and maneuver him to do what he wants to do, and maneuver Mya to do what she wants to do. So it'd be difficult if I had like two R&B singers.
Yeah, exactly, because that's like a clash of heads.
Yeah.
Because then it would be a case of picking and choosing, innit? Yeah.
And to be fair, I always pick her, so
it's over. Yeah, I hear that. So what's it like managing a producer? Because obviously I spoke to a lot of people who manage artists and rappers and things like that. What is it like managing a producer?
Producers are so much easier because they're not on the main stage. You're not trying to hustle them shows. You're literally getting beats. But what I want to do, I don't want to just send out Oscar's beats. That's not how I'm maneuvering him. Once he finishes school, I'm going to take him with me to be like, right, Oscar, you and me, X, Y, Z. And we're going to have beats ready, but I want him to build his relationships first. And then kind of do what I did with Mya, because I did take Mya to Amsterdam with me to meet Trey, but it was kind of when we were there, like, yo, she's a singer, I kind of want to do that with Oscar. Like, get him in the room with people and like, he's a producer, like, and
let him network a little bit and then throw it in when they're
that he's a producer, like, so it's a lot easier with producers, and like producers are key in the artist's success and progression.
Definitely.
So like to have him, it's amazing because I think his sound is so unique. I feel like he can tap into everything. He is one of the best producers to me, period. And I feel like he's 16.
Exactly, but this is what I mean, because he's so young, he's got so much more to do and experience that it's scary what he's actually going to be like when he's, let's say, 23.
I think he's going to be one of the greatest. He's going to be one of the greatest. And I'm quite lucky that I've got Mya, who's going to be one of the greatest, and then Oscar, who's going to be one of the greatest. And it's mad because they're both from Leeds.
Exactly, homegrown, everything's home, innit, you get me?
So I'm excited to see where they both go. I think this year's going to be a massive year for the both of them.
Okay, so what is your favourite part about management and managing artists and producers?
Favourite part?
Apart from like the stress and stuff that comes with it, what's the thing that...
I think the best part for me is seeing the artists smile when they like. I think like for me when we did the first shows with the now in Manchester, seeing Mya's face, like she was dreaming of doing them kind of venues. So it was nice for me to be like, as a manager, like, wow, like she's really happy with this. So as a manager, seeing the artist happy, and like you've helped create that happiness, I guess, or make their dream come true. So it'll be nice for us to go back there, and then she does her own shows there, and then like I think she'll get a different feeling because obviously she was supporting this time. So when she comes back and headlines, it'll be a different vibe. And like for Oscar, just for him to be able to see his name on a placement, or like, you know, to have a Drake spit over your tune and you're hearing it everywhere blaring, like that's gonna be my happy moment for him. To hear him on a D Block tune, or you know, something that he wants, not necessarily that I want, something that we can attain together that he wants.
Exactly.
I think will be amazing.
So like, in terms of, let's say, Oscar, who have you got in mind for him? Or do you not want to say that because you want to keep it a little surprise for him? Who, in fact, not the people that you may have lined up, who would be your ideal people for him to work with?
Bryson Tiller.
Yeah.
Do you know why? Because that boy has got the maddest trappy R&B beats ever.
Exactly.
And like, I feel like him and Bryson would mesh very well, and he just happens to know that I know him.
Exactly. It's a funny thing you said that.
It happens to know
Because even like now that you've said that, it's weird, because I was before we started his podcast, we was just speaking, and like that was one of the people that he said he wants to work with. You get me? So it all makes sense.
So like I obviously know Bryson's people, so it just I can't wait till he's 16. 16.
Exactly.
No pressure in school. I actually said to Oscar, let's go out to the States as well, and just go to LA. Obviously them lot, just a text away.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
so when you land, it's on.
Yeah, like studio. So now Bryson for Oscar. I'd say Bryson and Roddy Ricch because I love Roddy Ricch. Because I had this conversation with Oscar, like, who do you say in the young generation? He was like, who do you say? And I said Roddy Ricch is the guy. So no, I'd say Bryson and Roddy.
Do you have any wise words of wisdom for anyone trying to come up right now?
Work hard. Shoot your shot when you can. But by that I mean like be smart about it. Know when to shoot your shot. Just don't be too annoying. Because there's a difference between trying to get your music across and then annoying. Like, just know how to like communicate and articulate yourself. Don't run someone down because then they'll start getting annoyed.
Yeah, and that's what pushes them away.
Then come in, like, get to know that person. Don't always talk about music with that person. Just like have general conversations.
Yeah. So, sticking on to music, who's your top 5 rappers of all time?
Wow.
Top 5.
In no particular order.
No particular order.
Nas. J. Cole. Jay-Z. I'm gonna say Pac, obviously. I'm gonna chuck Kendrick in.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put Kendrick in there because I'm not necessarily a fan of Kendrick, but lyrically he's insane. So I would put him in as top 5.
Alright, that's a solid top 5 if I ever see one still. That is a good one.
Because not many people put Biggie in.
Yeah,
Biggie's hard, but
I did this comparison yesterday. I was listening to a bunch of Tupac tracks, then I put Biggie's albums on and listened to some of his tracks, and I was like, it's just, you don't get the same feeling when you listen to a...
Because Pac is a poet.
Yeah.
Pac is a poet, and I'd say Biggie made them party tunes.
Yeah. So, he's the musician.
Yeah, he was the musician. So I'd say Drake is the Biggie of this century. He makes them party tunes.
Exactly.
And I'd say Kendrick is the Pac.
That makes sense. Yeah. I like them comparisons still. So let's say, in the future, who are the top 5 people on your list, your wish list to work with? Like, it could be in any aspect, so it could be, let's say, a feature for Mya, Oscar to work with, or just generally people that you want to...
It's hard because I know more. I can't even really... Okay, Bryson for both of them. I'd say both Mya and Oscar. It'd be brilliant to get Bryson on an Oscar beat with
Mya
on a Mya song.
Yeah.
Like, that would be crazy.
That would be hard. That could happen though. You've got it in you to make that happen, so I have faith in that one.
I really want a Jid Oscar collab because I'm telling you now, that boy is gonna be one of the greatest rappers in the world. Like, he's already attaining that. I'd love to get a Roddy Ricch from Oscar. I'd love to get a Jhene and Mya collab because they sound very similar.
The sex appeal on that is
sounds so similar.
Yeah.
Who else? I'd love to get a Summer Walker collab with the both of them.
Summer Walker's hard. Yeah.
And do you know what? I know you said 5, but I'm going to chuck in 6 Black, however you're supposed to say his name. He's super hard. Yeah. And I feel like he can fit.
Yeah, definitely.
But like I said, they're not unattainable.
Yeah, exactly. They're in touching distance, so it's all good. That Summer Walker one. She is bad. Last thing that she put out, bro. Crazy. I was listening to that on replay for a good 2 weeks in a row, but she's hard.
She's kind of about R&B back.
Yeah, 100.
In fact, Snow Allegra would be a good one. Because she's so super quiet. Her voice is just so unique. I feel like Oscar could do a madness. Yeah. Okay,
interesting. So, we'll keep that one there for now, because there's going to be a part 2 soon. We'll come back to it. But this has been episode 11. This has been Billie, my good friend. Thank you for coming on the show. Plug talk. Where can the people? Oh, I don't even know if you want that, but yeah, if you was to want people to find you, where can they find you? How can they follow you and keep up with your journey?
Follow me on Instagram, Billie Worldwide. I don't really have anything by Instagram and Twitter. I'm not active on Instagram, really. I'm on Twitter, but just follow my artist Mya Craig on Instagram, MyACRAIGG for Instagram, and then Oscar Kenny. I actually don't know Oscar's Instagram because he has a weird one.
It is.
It is, isn't it? It's like an underscore.
Every time it's an underscore. I think it's the underscore after the Oscar, and then underscore K. I think it is that one anyway.
It's not loading because I've got oh wait, is there? It's underscore Oscar.K. So follow them too.
Yeah.
Hit
that up. Follow the camp. Stay tuned with the journey. There's a lot more to come that I've heard that you guys haven't heard. I got the exclusive still, but yeah.
What's more,
Barking up the wrong tree.